Alright, before you watch the next video, please be warned that the content is of adult nature, and I try to keep it as clean as possible, but there will be certain words and sentences that can really be disturbing. So just be warned before I start, before you go ahead with the second video. Sorry, the video that I've pre-recorded before this. And yeah, put your thoughts and comments down below. Having said that, go ahead. Ciao.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Hey doggy, how are you? Doggy? Come here, nice doggy. Okay, I'll give you a snack after. Snack. Snack. Want a snack? Okay. My doggy wants to be featured in my videos. Actually, this doggy is protecting me from dangerous wild beasts. Anyway. Alright. What happened today was, I receive a lot of messages, okay? So I got this message from a 21-year-old boy from India who said, the typical, "Hi, Mr. Loy, big fan of yours, this and that." And finally he says, "Can you add me to a group of yours?" Okay. So I said, "Which group?" So he says, "I want to be added to the porn group, the adult group." He's 21. Asked him his name, age. Okay. So I said, "Okay, fine." I didn't respond. So following that, he sends me another message, because obviously you can make out that I read, the read receipt, the blue tick. So he's like, "Mr. Loy, you have not added me." I saw that, I read it, okay. Didn't respond. Then he sends, after some time, he sends question mark 1. And after some time, 2, 3 question mark, 2, 3. Then finally he said, "Why are you ignoring my messages?" And finally, he sends, "What the fuck, you're reading my messages, you're ignoring." So simple, I blocked him. That's I don't have time for this bullshit, because I was working, This WhatsApp groups is not my bread and butter, it's just networking areas. Now imagine this 21-year-old boy initially started very politely, and his request was to be added to a porn group site. Okay. And when I didn't respond to him, he responded this way. Now, why do you think he responded in this way? The reason being is, he's addicted to porn. This behavior is a pattern that shows addiction. Now, obviously, you will say that, "Oh, that's bad." Now, if I were to ask you, "Are you addicted to porn?" You will say no. You'll say, "I watch once a while." Okay. In fact, on my channel itself, I've told you, instead of being desperate, go watch porn, masturbate, finish, end of story. But now there's another side to it. And the other side is pretty dark. Like, for example, you must have noticed Pattaya, Amsterdam, these places, they are known as, for sex tourism. Bali and, Africa, they're known for sex tourism. And the men who come down to these spots are generally looking for not just paid sex, but they're looking for weird sex, fetishes. And the question is, how did these fetishes come to their mind? How? From where? The answer is simple: porn. Okay. Now, you must be thinking, or there's a thought, yeah, but we are paying, we're not doing anything bad, and it's not that we initiated it. Porn was always there, girls always show. In fact, today if you check TikTok, if you check Facebook feed, I showed some of my groups, these girls put on the camera and they are doing this and dancing and showing their bum and showing their boobs, and means they're wearing something, but they're moving in a sexy way and all that. Why they're doing all this? They're doing all this because they know they get likes, they get followers, they get men who are ready to throw money at them. Given that their capacity to use our brains is limited to showing their body, boobs and their bum, that's the easiest money, right? Like, one guy asked me, Loy, why do girls get into prostitution? Young girls and all, we need to help them. He said, even if we help them, there's no point. The reason being, simple logic. You work in this field, in this farm. Let's say a girl works. She works for a full month. 8 hours, 6 days a week. Okay, 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. For a full month in the sun, physically toiling. She might get $200 or $300. Okay. But now, if she opts for a life of sex, prostitution, she can make $200 to $300 in 1 hour. Let that sink in. 1 month versus 1 hour. Just keeping a guy happy, playing with his thing. 1 hour. What do you think a girl who is raised in abject poverty, who wants to have a good life, what would she opt for? Working in the field for 1 month for $300 or 1 hour, $300. It's very easy for you and me to judge them because we are born without, poverty and the need for all this. So that's why they opt for this, and they know men's weakness is this. Now, how did the man get this weakness? Because of porn and what he sees in porn. Now, where porn can be a really dangerous thing. Okay. Now, if you go to any porn site, you type porn, you'll get all the porn sites through maybe VPN or incognito mode. You check. There are all these videos that are up for display, a lot of free clips. So you'll click one after another. And there are so many types. 18, young, threesome, twosome, orgy, anal, this, that. It goes on and on. But then what happens is, after you've seen all those normal ones, then the curiosity goes, okay, what about something else? What about something new? And there we tend to check on any of these tags which show something crazy. Okay, normal sex. From there you go to anal. From there you go to maybe a level higher, or fisting. From there you go, oh, she tried with an animal. You look, oh, sheesh, they have with the animal. And then, oh, with a dead body. Oh, then they say, oh, okay, beating her and hitting her, and after sex raping her, and then it goes to the dark side, really dark, like, like I said, dead bodies and all that. And the most horrifying one is, according to me at least, is one where they have children. It's a very disturbing thing to watch. It's a very disturbing. I think I saw this when I was 20. I was in Dubai, 28, 29. Yeah, that was the first time I got my hands on one French guy. He has gone to, I don't know, Pakistan or Dhaka or some slum area. Dhaka, yeah, sorry, Bangladesh. and he shows this underage two girls, prostitutes, and he pays them money, and I've not forgotten it till this date. It was so disturbing for me. So disturbing. I can't explain. It was so disturbing. Oof. Oof. Just imagine, it's something that I've seen so long ago. Now, it is not like one of those, these graphic ones like two girls and a cup, and that's another one. Oh, 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 oh. I can't even imagine. It's not even that one guy and one glass. See, the thing is, in the world of porn, or in the world of entertainment or whatever, they always want to one up the notch. And the question is, how far can you push the limits? There have been porn where skydiving sex, and then there is sex in public. And okay, now why am I bringing this up? Why am I bringing this up? You know, when you keep watching something over and over and over again, it tends to normalize in your brain. Like, for example, like I told you, I saw that child porn. For me, I never, ever encouraged that. I never wanted to see it. I never wanted to click. In fact, I've seen, with animals, and I've found it so disgusting. And, out of curiosity, you tend to click on these. But now the problem is, there are many people who, after they see this once, yes, they get shocked. But then the second time round, they're curious again, third time. And finally, at some point, it starts to become like, oh, this is normal. Like, I'll give you an example with me. The first time I saw porn, the first ever time, I think I was 16 or something. And this was a VHS tape, and I was curious to see, what is this porn? And I put the VHS tape, and my grandmother, my mother was not there, my grandmother was out. I locked the door and I put it on. And I saw this guy and this girl, and obviously, the typical porn stuff. And she was going down on him. It's like, what is this? Yuck. And the guy was going down on the girl. I was like, yuck, what is this? Because I'd never seen porn. That was the first time. And I forward. I just didn't find anything romantic, nothing. And I was like, ugh. So I took this cassette and went to school and gave it back to the guy who gave me. He said, did you enjoy it? I said, what is this? Okay, that was the first time. Then obviously, as time passed by, guys used to get magazines and Penthouse and Playboy, and they would show these mags, and I didn't feel anything. I do not know at what point, when I suddenly started to feel, oh, this is nice. Okay. He's penetrating her and she's enjoying. Okay. And mind you, it's like when you see, okay, she's enjoying, even though she's acting, it leaves an imprint on your mind that if I do this, the girl will enjoy. Wow. So the association starts to build up. If I do this, the girl enjoys. Oh, even I will enjoy. And then obviously you masturbate and you pleasure yourself. So then there's an association that is formed. It's like you look at it again and again and again. Very soon you train your brain to believe that if I do this, she will enjoy and I will also enjoy. And added to that, when you get girls or women dancing and showing that they're enjoying themselves, even though it's an act, you actually believe it. Like, from where did we get these romantic notions of roses, girls like roses, romantic songs, and acting sweet and nice with girls, and you're driving in the car and putting your hand in between her thighs? And from where did we get all these ideas? By watching movies, right? So now, what exactly is the problem here? The problem here is not everyone is lucky that he can, not everyone is lucky that he would be able to be aware that he's being trained to consider this normal, or not everyone is aware that he's getting addicted to this. Like, how many smokers you know are aware that they are addicted to smoking? How many people who drink alcohol, are you aware that, do you know that they are aware that they are addicted to alcohol? No one, none of them. And even if you talk to them, yeah, I do it because I enjoy, and they'll just brush it off. I think the evidence of this, if you go to Facebook groups and you check bar girls, or Vietnam bar girls, Cambodia bar girls, or Pattaya bar girls, or Amsterdam, these groups, you just check on them. Grown men. If there is a girl who is featured there, and obviously most of them look petite, and shockingly some of them look really young. It is very disturbing. Like in Philippines, they show these girls, like some of them who really look underage, man. And the guys are commenting stuff like, oh, I would love to eat you, and oh, I will do you like your daddy, and oh, get ready, I'm going to ravage you. And some of them, if you click on their profile, they're grown-ass men, old enough to be someone's father or grandfather, big, huge, fat pot belly, and you see this small petite girl. You realize our world is, it's a very disturbing thing. Now obviously you'll be like, okay, these guys are sick-minded and they're going to these places to satisfy, it's a give and take transaction, fine. I'll tell you where it is a major problem, is where when this spills over into the normal society. There was a guy from Pattaya who got in touch with me. He was posing as a 9-year-old girl online, and he got this guy from, I think, Amsterdam or Europe or whatever. He was sending videos of him masturbating. Just imagine, he assumed this girl is 9-year-old, and he was doing all these things, and he's saying, I'm coming down, baby, to meet you, and I love you, and all that. Well, the problem is they could not do anything to him because he didn't commit a crime. He was going to commit a crime. If you have not committed a crime and you're going to, you don't get arrested, right? Especially in these countries. So even though he had all the evidence, that guy went scot-free. The problem is when this happens to normal people. A guy who is a normal, nice guy, who doesn't have any of these problems, he's suddenly brainwashed into being addicted to this. And then he looks at every other girl as, can I have this satisfaction with her? Can I do this kinky stuff with her? Now that is where it proves to be a problem. And like I gave the example before, right? A young boy spoke to me. I mean, the number of boys young boys, who sometimes say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. The problem is they look at any other girl who is normal, and they don't see her as a friend, they don't see her as a companion, they see her as this object of sexual gratification where he can, live all these fantasies. He can do these disturbing things which he saw online, from coming on her face to going anal with her, and some of them believe in choking because they see the girl is enjoying it. If you see some of this porn, oh, he made her submissive, he tied her hands, he raped her. And in fact, I even get girls who, young girls who shockingly tell me, I have a fantasy of being raped. I want him to be rough on me and submissive. That shows how much he wants. From where does all this come? See, anything in life is like a double-edged sword, There's the good and there's the bad. The dark side of porn and is really disturbing. I know guys who literally in my groups, they say, man, I masturbate 10 times a day, 11 times a day. I'm so addicted. You know, it just leaves me worried, because these boys who have this issue and this problem, you know, out of desperation, they'll want a girlfriend, or if their parents tell them, okay, I want you to get married, and then they're like, oh, good, then I can legally have sex. I can do whatever I want with her. And this poor girl is not aware that outside this guy looks normal, but inside he's infected with all these thoughts. And once after he gets married, he wants to do all these things with her, and you know, if she doesn't satisfy him, then, or doesn't help him release these fetishes, then he might go outside and do something, or he might even beat her and say, you don't love me. And so many times girls don't want to do many of these things. Or you can even take reverse, where I've had girls who tell me, no, I want you to do this, do that, and I find like, what? Yes, I have stated to guys, watch porn, masturbate before you go for a date, so that you don't misbehave yourself or do a mistake. But on the flip side, if you are addicted and that has hardwired in your brain, and every girl you see, you think of this only, it's dangerous, right? The only solution, what is the solution? Now the question, what is the solution? Either you can go to these whorehouses and or these women who take paid sex and satisfy your fantasies there, which I know many people are doing. I personally know from my clients to many people. They're dark, whatever fetishes they have, they satisfy with other women. But with their wife, they keep it clean. I mean, what other solution do you have? You can go for therapy and talk about it. But where does that lead to? I can very easily say, okay, stop watching porn, disconnect. Is it so easy? I mean, in fact, today on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, what are girls doing? Man, I wish I could show you those videos. Every single day on my Facebook feed, on my Instagram feed, on my TikTok, I can't even watch anything funny, because somewhere a girl will pop up and she's doing and this and dancing. Just few seconds she's dancing and showing her, you know, moving her hips back and forth and her boobs, and she's walking with the tight dress. And it's not limited to only girls. There are guys who are doing that, showing six-pack. One guy, he got in touch with my client who's a model. He sent her a photograph of him being in the toilet with a towel, really chiseled six-pack abs, and a towel just covering his private region. And he said, babes, I have a special gift for you. First message, and that was it. And she was like, Loy, hey, does this guy assume that I've never met men, or I'm dying for his sausages? See, I just want to warn you on one thing. Whatever there is, no? Facebook, Instagram, social media, TikTok, porn, food, smoking, drinking. All this is good and fun. But if you are not able to be aware of what it is doing to you, and if you're not aware whether it is getting hardwired in your brain and leaving you addicted, there's going to be serious problems. Because always remember, the body adapts, the brain adapts, and then you only have to increase the dosage. It's like from eating 1 spoon sugar, you want now 2 spoons sugar. From eating 1 meal, you want now 2 meals. From little pleasure, you want more pleasure. From 1 peg, you want 2 pegs. That's why a guy who starts smoking first 1 cigarette, then goes 2, then it goes 4, then it goes 8, then it goes 1 full pack, and very soon they're smoking 3 packs, 4 packs a day. Even guys who drink alcohol, very soon, first they'll drink one peg, they get high. Very soon they can drink 1 full peg, nothing happens. Then 2, 3, 4, then they can drink a whole bottle and nothing happens. The body, it's like bodybuilding, you know, your body just gets used to it. So I just want to tell you, please be aware and be careful. Because Because, okay, fine. Maybe, let's assume you'll never make a mistake. Okay? Let's say you'll never make a mistake. You keep your love life separate, your extracurricular activities separate, fine. Okay, you'll never make a mistake. But it will impact somebody, right? It's only a matter of time before you make one mistake, right? You think you can never make a mistake? And if you are in these countries that check your phone or check what you download, you're in serious trouble, man. It might be harmless, but given the laws of the country, you can get into serious trouble, right? And in a day and age where it's as simple as just Google search. Now it's not like you go get a VHS tape or go to a sex studio, you know, a sex shop. Or today you can Google search on your phone 24/7. Easy, just Google search. Danger, right? Please be aware of this. Please be careful of this. That's all I want to tell you. And if you're walking down the slippery slope, better seek help before it's too late. Seriously. Once it gets hardwired in your brain, it becomes like a drug. It is impossible to overcome. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. You guys take care. Ciao.